evening. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you to the school board meeting this Tuesday, February 6, 2018. If you wish to speak during the hearing of citizens, please pick up a card in the back of the chambers, print your name and topic clearly, and return the card to our board assistant, Kathy Tompkins, over here. At the appropriate time, I will call you up to speak. First up, we have our flag salute under the direction of Colonel Weiss from Booker High School Color Guard. Please stand.
Mark. Ready. Face. Forward. Mark.
Thank you, Booker High School Color Guard. I'd like to welcome Lily Zadi from Booker High School. He's our student representative today. Lily, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm currently a senior here at Booker High School. I applied to 15 schools around the country, including 4 here in the state of Florida. At school, I am involved in the National Honor Society, Student Government, Key Club, and the College for Every Student program. So,
wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us today. And to show our appreciation as our student rep, we have a certificate of appreciation. Thank you. Thank you so much. And under our special presentations tonight, we have the Suncoast Campaign for Grade Level Reading Attendance Awareness Poster Contest winners. Chris Renoff, Executive Director of Elementary Schools, will introduce Beth Duda Patterson Foundation, who will speak about the contest.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board, Superintendent Bowden, Mr. Hardy, and our student representative, Ms. Lilly. I just wanted to start this evening off with a quote. There's no time like the present, and there's no substitute for being present. Each of us is well aware of the incredible impact and the value of attending school on a regular basis that it has on student achievement. We also have heard all the stats, and we know what poor attendance and chronic absenteeism can do, not only to impact long-term and immediate for students, both their reading proficiency, but their overall success in school. That in itself is absolutely cause for a sense of urgency to act now and to seize the day. Carpe diem. And so when I say seize the day, it's because every day counts when attendance works. So who better to spread that message than our very own students? And so we are here tonight, proud to celebrate and recognize the 2017-18 Sarasota County Attendance Awareness Poster Contest winners. Wait till you hear some of the stories. Without stealing any more of her thunder, I'd like to introduce and turn the program over to Beth Duda with the Patterson Foundation, her incredible team. She is also the director of the Suncoast Campaign for Grade Level Reading. She is a champion, she's a partner, she's a friend, but most of all, she's there for our children. And so let her and her team share more exciting news about this incredible initiative. Beth.
Madam Chair, school board members, Superintendent Bowden, we're honored to be here. This is the third time that we've been able to present the Attendance Awareness Poster Contest winners to you. This year, our poster contest was for elementary school students, and we have 6 winners here, and all of them are accompanied this evening by their principal or assistant principal, and many of them have family members here supporting them. We had a lovely reception right before we came downstairs, and the excitement is quite high, and they've all been told they can't open the iPads until they have a chance to show them to you, so they're excited. So thank you for the opportunity to represent the Suncoast Campaign for Grade Level Reading. Our Attendance Awareness Poster Contest gives us an opportunity to share the success of the students in Sarasota County schools, and in a couple of weeks we'll be doing the same for our friends in Manatee County. The Suncoast Campaign for Grade Level Reading is a community-wide effort in Manatee and Sarasota County, and I'm proud to say that as of last week, we are also sharing the joy with Charlotte County. And we are dedicated to ensuring that all children succeed in school by making sure they can read proficiently by the end of 3rd grade. We are so proud to have a partnership with the Community Foundation of Sarasota County, our lead partner here in Sarasota County, as well as United Way Suncoast, the lead partner in Manatee County. Part of a nationwide movement, we're focused on addressing the most common issues and obstacles that affect a child's ability to read. One of our key areas of focus is attendance. Superintendent Bowden, Sarasota County school principals, assistant principals, members of the Sarasota County Schools Attendance Task Force, along with other school leaders, know from experience and common sense that children can't learn if they're not in school. We know that showing up for class matters. Students can't benefit from the investments in high-quality instruction and more engaging, rigorous curriculum unless they're there in the classroom. As early as the first month of school, chronic absence, missing 10% or more of school days, can be an early warning sign of academic trouble. And by 6th grade, chronic absenteeism becomes a key predictor that a student will drop out of high school. We are so proud to work alongside Sarasota County schools as we all strive to improve attendance. With funding from the Patterson Foundation, the Suncoast Campaign for Grade Level Reading held its 3rd Attendance Awareness Poster Contest. 38,000 children in Manatee and Sarasota counties created artwork with the important message, "Every day counts." 31 elementary schools in Sarasota County participated in the poster contest. Each of them selected school-level winners who will be honored along with their families this weekend at special performances of Circus Sarasota. And tonight we are so proud to present to you our 6 regional winners from Sarasota County. Each of these outstanding artists use their talents to share an Everyday Counts message, and each of them received their iPad, which will remain wrapped, this evening. So I would like to present to you, and would you like to come down to shake their hands, or yes? Great. Okay, stand by. Thank you so much. Terrific. We'd like to present to you our kindergarten winner from Gosio Elementary School, Juliet Quiros Morales. Juliet and Mr. Royce. Awesome. Next, we have our first grade winner from Tatum Ridge Elementary School, Caden Ellithorpe. We have our second grade winner from Ashton Elementary School, Ian Hernandez. Our third grade winner from Lakeview Elementary School, Sydney Cox. Our fourth grade winner from Southside Elementary School, Gabrielle DeLeo. And our fifth grade winner from Wilkinson Elementary School, Chandrea Williams. Very nice. And I think we're just going to get one picture with everybody, and then we will. Yeah, I think so.
It's too late to delegate, Steve. It's supposed to be. I'm not going to give it back to him. Come on, Steve. And I'll be able to answer that.
all left, but at least from a public standpoint, I want to congratulate all the winners and thank the Patterson Foundation and the Community Foundation of Sarasota County. We are incredibly blessed for their partnership, so thank you. Are there any comments? Okay. Next up is School Showcase. McIntosh Middle School and Sarasota High School presents Stride Science Students Together Reaching Instructional Diversity and Excellence. I'd like to welcome Karen Rose, Executive Director of Middle Schools, and she'll introduce Harriet Moore, Principal of McIntosh Middle.
Good evening, Superintendent Bowden, Chair Ziegler, school board members, Mr. Hardy, and student rep Lily Izotti. Science students together, reaching instructional diversity and excellence. The STRIDE program exemplifies future doctors in the making. Florida State University STRIDE is recognized for diversity and inclusion. The Charles and Marjorie Brancic Grant aims to foster science and medical careers. Ideally, students will return to Sarasota and serve our community. I invite you to follow Sarasota STRIDE on Twitter. You will see our students in action. Students are engaging in CPR, first aid certification, cell games, crime scene explorations, and much, much more. Sarasota County STRIDE is a middle school and a high school initiative, and it's my pleasure at this time to share with this program with our Executive Director of High Schools, Steve Canties. Steve?
Okay, thank you, Karen. I first want to thank the Brancic Foundation for their generous financial support for the STRIDE program. Without them, this partnership would not be possible between McIntosh Middle School, Sarasota High School, as well as the FSU School of Medicine. So we want to thank the Brancics for their generous donation. Big supporters of our school district, of course. So the quality of the partnership lies in the unique program design and opportunities that our students will experience. The STRIDE program through FSU, it provides support for the partnership directly through their medical school. They not only provide guidance, monitoring, and support, but they also provide opportunities for students to visit the FSU Medical School for summer camps, and they also provide opportunities locally to connect with our FSU School of Medicine. Local medical students from the FSU School of Medicine and students from USF Sarasota Manatee, New College, Suncoast Technical College, they support and mentor the students in the STRIDE program. STRIDE provides guest speakers related to topics students are studying in the classroom, and students are invited to participate in a myriad of field trip opportunities in and around Sarasota to reinforce their desire to pursue a career in medicine. The level of support for our students from FSU is designed so that every STRIDE student is monitored all along the way for success. I would now like to introduce to you one of the most important support persons in the STRIDE program. Thesla Byrne Anderson is the founder. Come on up, Thesla. She's the... Thesla is the founder of STRIDE, Director of Pre-College Outreach and College Outreach for the FSU College of Medicine.
Thank
Thesla,
you.
thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Canties. Good evening, Superintendent Bowden, school board members, administrators, teachers, students, parents, and other invited guests. I welcome you on behalf of Florida State University College of Medicine, and with me this evening is the Director of STRIDE for the Southern Region, Ms. Jody Truel, and our Coordinator for Sarasota STRIDE, Cheryl Evans. It's excited for me to have the opportunity this evening to just give a few brief comments about this amazing program. In 1993, I was hired to create this educational pipeline program that was legislatively mandated to exist, basically to address the shortage of minority and rural physicians in the state of Florida. So 25 years later and 8 counties later, with Sarasota being the most recent expansion, we have developed quite an innovative innovative and successful program. If I was to summarize the unique features that I find most beneficial to the students over the 25 years that we have been in existence, I would say that the top priority, number one, is having buy-in from the superintendent, the school board, and the administrators at the schools where we reside. Number two would be working with the schools to select a cohort or a group of students that are like-minded, that are inspired by science, that are interested in medicine and healthcare, and work with those students from the 8th grade through 12th with the progression of advanced science courses that we've created for the program. Thirdly is to include pre-med and medical students in the classroom, not only to assist with instruction, but to facilitate small groups and to also be the role models for the students. Fourthly is the involvement of the coordinator and director on a continuous basis, their oversight, they provide an intervention, enrichment, and support to these students from 8th grade all the way to 12th. And finally, I would say engage in activities that we provide that was mentioned by Mr. Kentis earlier we also add public speaking, we have professional and leadership development, and educational field trips, as he mentioned. So all of these things inspire students to want to remain in the program. We have great retention, and the successful outcomes we have of them becoming physicians, scientists, and working in other areas of the STEM field. So I would like to thank you again for this partnership, and I look forward to the results and the outcomes that we will be seeing in the years to come. Thank you.
Good evening. I know it was a long time to wait for me to come up, but here I am. Madam Chair, Superintendent Bowden, and all of our members, and Ms. Zeta. I'm so glad to be before you tonight. So much has been said about this incredible program, so I have a few things to say later on, but right now I want you to be able to see the students in action. So we're going to show a brief video, and it speaks volumes of this amazing program.
FSU medical student, and I'm here today to speak with these students about how my journey and how I've gotten to this point of medical student, and then I'm going to kind of show them just a few facts and how to do certain exams like the ear, nose exam, how to take blood pressure, and how to do some reflexes.
The goal of STRIDE is to take students at an early age who are interested in the health profession and mentor them and give them the resources that they need and the education that they need to guide them into that career.
Well, we are really excited about the relationships that we've developed with our colleagues at Florida State University School of Medicine, Ms. Thessla Anderson, and who was the pioneer of the STRIDE program.
We reach back into the schools. We start in the 8th grade and go all the way up to the 12th grade, and this program was designed to address the need of the shortage of minority and rural physicians in the state of Florida.
We're lucky enough to have partners like the Charles and Marjorie Barancik Foundation that brought this to us, and it aligns with our superintendent's goal of getting our children college and career ready.
Ms. Cheryl Evans is the new coordinator for Sarasota. She jumped in full throttle and has just been amazing in terms of making sure that the kids have their activities, that they have the field trips, that the speakers are on point.
Hi guys, thanks. I like applauses. So my name is Amanda Meyerberg. I am a sports psychology consultant.
She's part of a team, just the way that I am, just the way that the teacher is, just the way that the principal is, the EDs at the school district, the FSU team. We all work together as a team to benefit the students. There you go. And move it up.
Raise some hands. How many beat your last score? I got the same thing. Okay, if you got the same thing, you can raise your hand too. I find when you relate to anyone, that's the key thing, that relationship, and showing that you care for them. Anything with that's going to help that build that relationship and really help them understand that we want to see them succeed.
Like this is the front, this is the cornea. Remember learning the cornea? So the back, you kind of go to the back and you kind of pull the tissue away so that the optic nerve, that this like tough little cord is sticking out. I went to a very small school and we did not have any of the kind of resources that I'm seeing here today.
Yeah, we're cutting off the fat and muscle to get the eye down to like a small circle so we can dissect it further.
I like this class because you get to like work like in, I don't know, you just get to like work with cool stuff. I don't know.
It's a bunch of hands-on experience.
Yeah.
Stride has done an amazing job of providing a curriculum, resources, mentors, coordinators to support that goal. So I have the privilege of teaching them on a daily basis, following the curriculum, but then that outside support from FSU is very visible and very apparent on a weekly basis.
They're introduced to a lot of real-world experiences, and I think that as a student is very helpful because it's nice to be able to apply your knowledge that you're learning in school to the real world.
So when students have an opportunity to interact with professionals or college students who are close to them in age, and they're talking to them about how to handle stress and how to cope with, having a lot of classes and how to manage your schedule, and to talk to them about study skills and the expectations, they really listen to that and grab a hold of it.
What does the optic nerve feel like?
Can I cut up?
Like hard.
Isn't it interesting?
It's outstanding to see a student start as a freshman and really not know where their life is leading them. And then most of my students I have all the way through high school. And by the time they become seniors, they know exactly what their path is. They know what schools they want to go to because they know what they want to go into. And they've become leaders in the school. And not your typical students, not your typical leaders always, but they have definitely rose to that occasion and created a buzz. And they'll have each other now. So that tribe, that 15, they're real first to go straight through here in Sarasota County. And so there's something very special about them that when they graduate, they will be the first to go through all 5 years. And I can't wait to see where they'll end up.
So without further ado, I'm so excited about this, and I'm trying to hold myself together without start talking. But we have some really special people to bring up to you now. Those who are really involved and are participating in the program. We'll invite a couple from the teacher and student from McIntosh, and also then from Sarasota High School. So first, starting with McIntosh Middle School, I'd like to introduce you to Ms. Jaden Lattimore, who is one of our Stride students, and with her is Ms. Vicki Vera, who is the Stride teacher for McIntosh Middle School.
Good evening, school board members and Superintendent Dr. Bowden. My name is Jaden, and I'm an 8th grade Stride student at McIntosh Middle School. When I first heard about the program, I was so excited to learn more about it. My older sisters both wanted to pursue a career in the medicine, and they were always practicing and studying with me. So when they hooked me up to the blood pressure cuff and used their stethoscopes on me, I was hooked. One of my favorite aspects of Stride are the hands-on activities. So far, we have dissected a tilapia, used DNA extraction to catch criminals, moved our muscles as we learned their names, extracted our own DNA, and pricked our fingers to test our blood type. And we have learned the history of medicine, the anatomy of the body, types of blood, parts of the cells, cell division, the dimensions of wellness, how to use a stethoscope, an otoscope, and test reflexes. Every day in Stride is interactive, and with Ms. Vera, we're never, ever bored. The mentors from FSU and USF are so valuable to us as young students. Our mentor, Elizabeth, spends every Monday and Wednesday with us, and she is so sweet and kind. She jumps in and helps us when we don't even ask, and she knows how to explain things in a way we understand. Elizabeth is always there when you need to talk and can cheer you up when you need to smile. We know we can always reach out to her and that she will be there for us as we mature. Another benefit of Stride class is getting to meet so many medical professionals and hearing them talk about what they do every day and their experiences. For example, last week, Ms. Cheryl invited an acupuncturist to speak to our class. She showed us some of the acupuncture points on a patient, the equipment she uses, and she explained the benefits of her career. When a dermatologist visited, he showed us videos of a surgery and interesting skin conditions. We watched Some of our other speakers were the CEO of Florida Cancer Specialist, a coordinator of clinical research trials, a skin cancer nurse, and a rheumatologist. I feel so blessed to have been chosen to be a part of the Stride class, and I'm thankful that Dr. Moore and the FSU staff have made it possible. Not only am I learning about the medical profession, I have made new friends and have learned how to interact with new people and professionals.
Good evening, members of the board and Superintendent Bowden. My name is Vicki Vara, and I am the proud teacher of the 8th grade Stride class at McIntosh Middle School. As I reflect on this school year, I can't help but to smile as I recall the extraordinary experiences that have impacted our students so far. As their classroom teacher, I've been able to dispel the age-old question of students everywhere, so why do I have to know this? When we introduce a unit or teach a lesson, I can only teach concepts and lead lab activities, but now I can bring to life by tying it into real-world experiences from professionals. It is a profound moment when a medical student speaks about the importance of knowing medical terminology after assigning them medical terminology Mondays, or when the Youth Conservation Center uses anatomical language students were recently taught. Our DNA unit proved to be a success when we applied our knowledge at the USF Moat Marine Lab as we used extraction to catch criminals. Mentor Elizabeth Billings, who is an undergraduate biology major, tells the students often that they're developing interactive science notebooks are something they will refer to often in college, and how she is learning some of the very same things in her classes. But I believe the greatest impact Stride has on our 8th graders is the bond they've developed that is unusual in the world of middle school students. They come from diverse walks of life, they have different hobbies and interests, participate in different activities, and have a diverse group of friends. Now they have one common interest and one common goal. They will share the Stride experience together as they continue to learn about each other and develop a bond with their classmates. They will learn together, study together, go on class trips together, have served the community together, graduate together, and one day come back and mentor new Stride students together. And I truly believe that this will change the entire course of their lives. Thank you.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Jones. I am the proud principal of Sarasota High School. And you all being educators can certainly understand dilemmas and very difficult educational choices. It was about a year ago that I received a phone call, and let me just help you get into my shoes and understand what a quandary I was in. I was approached by the Florida State University College of Medicine, and they proposed this idea asking, how would you feel about if we came to your campus, provided an opportunity to inspire people to go into the medical profession, particularly underrepresented groups? We will provide all of the funding. We will provide fantastic labs, field trips, mentoring, tutoring, opportunities galore. It's a yes or no decision. Obviously, I'm being facetious. How many times does an opportunity like this fall in your lap? Well, I am so grateful that it did. And this is the inaugural year at Sarasota High, as it is at McIntosh. But the unusual thing this year is we're taking a group of 9th graders who didn't have the 8th grade experience. So I'm honored to introduce two fantastic people from our version of the program. Helen is a student. She's going to speak first, followed by the amazing Mrs. Brown, who will speak afterwards. This is Helen.
Good afternoon, Sarasota County School Board members. It is an honor to stand in front of you representing the wonderful Stride program. I am pleased to be part of the first class at Sarasota High School and feel so blessed to have gone to McIntosh Middle School where it was introduced. To be honest, Stride was a large part, the deciding factor when choosing which high school to attend going into my freshman year. Stride is an amazing opportunity for all of us. It helps guide us into what we want to do when we grow up. It is such an advantage for me as I launch my career in healthcare after high school to take courses that are focused on the knowledge and skills I will need in the near future. Being a well-rounded student is important. However, focusing on areas pertinent to my future make my educational experience more meaningful and interesting. A lot of young people hope to become nurses or doctors, but in a typical high school scenario, students don't get the background, insight, and depth of focus on the true demands as well as opportunities in the various fields of health science. Stride is different. We have major advantage over other students because we are gaining unique experiences with guest speakers, field trips, and real-life communication with medical professionals in all different areas with various levels of experience. We get to talk to college students just starting out and to med students who are just beginning to be doctors. We meet students close to graduation, finishing their residency and fellowship programs, as well as professionals that have been out and working for more than 20 years. They give us insight that is so valuable. Everything from memorizing medical terminology to getting no sleep, which is okay, as well as dealing with all kinds of patients. They share the details and provide guidance which helps us towards our careers no matter what they will be. This is what makes Stride different, and this is why it matters to all of us. Thank you.
Good job. Good evening, and thank you for having us tonight. The STRIDE program offers students a unique opportunity to gain insight and experience into the pursuit of a career in health sciences. Our students share common interests and goals for their future, which cultivates a unique dynamic in the classroom. Through the curriculum, we have the ability and resources to focus on information that will serve them well as they pursue careers after high school. Our main objective is to capture and hold their level of interest, excitement, and desire to become leaders in the medical field. We help to build the vision so that they can keep the vision alive. Not only do we focus on the knowledge base necessary to study medicine, but we also have numerous resources available. The partnership with Florida State University College of Medicine offers the students opportunities to explore various careers related to healthcare, learn firsthand from mentors who are pursuing careers in medicine, and develop relationships with healthcare leaders in our community. These students are gaining essential transferable skills as they communicate and interact with everyone involved in the program. While students are engaged in the academic curriculum, they also experience personal growth through professional development activities on a regular basis. Our STRIDE students will have such an enormous advantage as they work their way through high school and create their own path for their future. Not only will they be fully aware of all the opportunities available, but they will also have a team of advocates, mentors, and teachers who will help set them up for success down the road as they reach their goals. Thank you.
So thank you again for this opportunity to present briefly about this amazing and magnificent program. I want to give a quick shout out to two groups. First of all, we've got a number of the STRIDE students who've joined us here tonight, so thank you all for being here. And also to Kim Stalker from the Education Channel for helping us put that video together. Dr. Moore?
Thank you. Kim always does such a phenomenal job. I just have a few thank yous and something that I need to share with everyone here. This, I've been trying to speak and not weep because when I'm happy, I cry. But this has been a dream for me. 6 years ago, I started at McIntosh Middle School, and I had a dream. And that dream was to create an environment that would be unique and an incredibly unique opportunity for learning for students. We wanted to look at science and industry in all aspects. I think my staff says, you have too many encores. But, to feed the needs of our students and to prepare them for tomorrow and our future, we need to have as much as we can. So starting out with our STEM A squared, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, arts, and agri-science, I built another magnet, not knowing what was coming, but knowing what I wanted, which was a medical component to McIntosh Middle School STEM program. And we started with a biotech class last year, and I knew in my heart of hearts that medical program was going to come to fruition. And as the students have shared with you, we are so blessed that this just kind of came and sat on our laps. And I wanted to thank a few people because it's important to know this also. When the students complete high school, they will continue on in the STRIDE program with Florida State University. Florida State University. I just love to say it. It just rolls off so beautifully. Don't you agree? I want to say thank you to Ms. Thesla Anderson, whose brainchild this is, and I want to give her a round of applause. because without your brainchild, my dream wouldn't have come to fruition. So I'm thankful for that, and for Jody, who has run all over the state of Florida and who was instrumental. And we were running like bandits last year trying to get all the students involved. I also want to thank Karen Rose, who called me one day and said, hey, I remember you talking about wanting a medical component at your school, and I have this document from, the Barancik Foundation about the STRIDE program, and I'm like, tell me about it. And that was it. We were done. It was on, and we were moving forward. I also want to thank Steve Cantis, who was also a part of this and a partner with this with Sarasota High School, and my colleague, David Jones, who's a partner beyond what any of you can imagine. And what we're building now between McIntosh and Sarasota High School is a really, really incredible and unique marriage for our children to be able to continue on with the passions that they have, like agri-science and FFA and, of course, STRIDE. I'd also really like to thank the Barancik Foundation for thinking it not robbery to do something like this for our children in this community. It is going to be a milestone. You can bank on it. And then I want to thank our teachers who have been phenomenal, and Cheryl Evans, who just jumped into this. And I'd like all the STRIDE students to stand, if you wouldn't mind. And I'd like you to give them a round of applause. And they're real special to me because I've known them since they were 6th graders, and they're moving on, and I am so proud of you, and thank you for making me look good. Thank you so much. And now if you have any questions, Mr. Jones and I will be happy to answer whatever we can, and we do have our experts here too. Thank you so much. You all may be seated.
Thank you. Mrs. Goodwin.
Wow. Well, I had the experience of attending your banquet back in the fall, and I really didn't know what I was going to or what I was going to see, and I was just like blown away. This truly is a pipeline to real-world experience, and I dream and hope that someday we will not have a 45-minute class. We will have more project-oriented classes, and this really is going toward that, and you all are to be complimented. Ms. Anderson, Florida State, Karen Rose, Harriet Moore, a sparkle like few sparkles sometimes that I've ever seen. David Jones, what you're doing at Sarasota High is, just in this and in other endeavors, is just, mind-boggling to me. But you all are this is so exciting because we really need students to get involved at an earlier age. Dr. Bowden talks all the time about getting your career on target in middle school, and people laugh at me when I say that to them. They go, no way. And I just see this as, being such a smart thing to do and such a good thing to do. But the experience that you have with knowing what you want to do and where you want to go is just such a life-changing event. So I thank all of you. I thank you for, I thank Cheryl Evans for your exemplary work. Thank you, Cheryl, and all the others, because this is the way of the future, I believe, and you stumbled on something that we really need to implement in other areas and other interests. So thank you all. It's exciting, and look forward to hearing more great things coming up. Good luck.
Thank you. Mrs. Brown.
I never thought I'd want to go back to middle school, but it really sounds so exciting. I think I really would have enjoyed middle school if I went to McIntosh Middle School and was in the STRIDE program. In fact, I'm going to have a talk with my grandson. He's going to go into 8th grade next year, and maybe. But I think it was interesting having you all here after we had the elementary kids with their, everyday counts. I can't imagine what your posters would have looked like. I would imagine, is there anyone there that has ever missed more than 5 days of school in the whole year? I would think you would want to be there every day because every day is so important to everything you're doing. And to say, well, I'm going to go into medical, and everybody says, oh, yeah, you're going to wear the doctor. But I see from what you were talking about, it's so many fields that could be opened up to you. And to have these, and I think that's one of the things they're learning in middle school. It isn't just being a doctor or being a nurse. There's all these technicians and doing DNA, criminology, all these other things you can learn. It is just amazing, and I truly am. I'm jealous because that's not what I had. But I also think that this is an experience, a time when we can all sing Kumbaya with our legislators, because this is a time when the legislators truly got it right. They worked together, they found a need and a way to fix it. And, so they're working with public education, they're working with our university system, to bring health care to our underserved constituents, and to ignite these kids in the process. I don't think that was what their goal was, but it truly, I don't think they ever expected to see what we saw tonight in these students. And I'm just so thrilled. And we're going up there tomorrow and Thursday. We'll tell them. We will tell them that keep the funding coming on this program.
Thank you. Mrs. Zucker.
I don't want to reiterate, but I want to tell you what a fantastic partnership. This is one of the best partnerships I've heard, and we have a lot of partnerships. And thank you all for the students. I'm so impressed by the students that came up and spoke. The poise and the way you spoke, fantastic. The two of you were, as well as our leaders, our school leaders. They are great speakers as well. But it's very heartwarming for me to see that where we're moving this district. And by starting something, this program is opening up a whole new world for our youth. So I thank you all very much for what you do and how hard I know you work in order to make our students a success. And I thank you both, David and, Mr. Jones and Dr. Moore. Forget. I thank you both for your dedication and commitment to our students and our district. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Robinson.
We have a lot of good-natured ribbing up here about the premier university of the University of Florida and Florida State. So, but seriously, Ms. Anderson, that phone call that you made to Mr. Jones was incredible. It fosters a feeder program between the middle school and the high school, which is sorely needed. It helped open up career education to all these students here, sorely needed. You and the Bransick Foundation have touched our district and our community and our students in multiple ways that these students have no idea how much it's going to affect them for years to come. And so, Ms. Anderson and the Bransick Foundation, I do want to truly say thank you very much for all that you've done for our community.
Dr. Bowden.
We do rib each other on quite a regular basis, but when you talk about the partnerships that we have, the College of Engineering from the University of Florida and the College of Medicine at Florida State University, but our local foundations that really make it happen. You take both of those initiatives, neither one would have happened without the foundation community making those connections with our school districts. I want to say something to the students. You've made quite the commitment, and I want to commend you for it. I know that there are other students who were offered this opportunity. They weighed the opportunity and said, maybe that's not a commitment that I want to make. And so you've committed yourselves to this. Sometimes you have to just say yes. It wasn't hard, was it, Mr. Jones, when an opportunity presented itself? But as students, I know you have options. There are other programs throughout our district, but you weighed your options and you said, this is for me. And we look forward to watching you through graduation. And there's a huge investment, and we want you back. and I talk to your parents on a regular basis, and what they say in the area of workforce development is we want our kids back after graduation. And Florida State University and their College of Medicine has a partnership that will take you not only through your undergraduate program, through your medical studies, which you have opportunities to do your medical residencies right here. There's a beautiful new clinic right on Martin Luther King in Newtown. And so we hope that we are part of your present, but we hope that we're also part of your future. So thank you for saying yes to this wonderful opportunity.
I feel like we could have a whole workshop on this particular topic. I mean, there really is just such a tremendous amount of opportunity with this, and I'm very excited. And I'll try to be succinct because I know there was already a lot said, and I'm sure you guys want to move on. But truly, you know, a couple things that I take away is, to me, this is a game changer when it comes to differentiating us, whether we talk about inside Sarasota County school districts and the schools that are offered, but all around the state. And so I'm very excited to see what this model does because it integrates a number of things. Both, I love the feeder schools working together on a program where they can continue and there's continuity, but it also exposes students, and this was said, with the certain age ranges and peer groups, so they can see these various phases of that commitment, and recognize the value of the application. And I think it's amazing. And not only just that, also in the aspect of different career opportunities. So I am very excited and grateful for the Branswick Foundation and Ms. Anderson for your work. 25 years, you said that, and I didn't take that lightly. I mean, to think about when something was done at the state level and then you had to really grind and work hard to get it off the ground. So that is a testament to your work that you've done. I'm very excited. I can see the passion both between Mr. Jones and Dr. Moore, but also Ms. Vera. Where are you? Your facial expression. I couldn't help but notice it, and the pure pride. And when you heard them speak, your students speak about that. So I'm very excited to see where this goes. I look forward to keeping up with it and making sure we see where it goes, and also expanding it onto other elements. But thank you very much. Thank you for sharing. This is wonderful. Thank you.
I need to make a quick announcement. I forgot to mention.
The microphone.
You can come on up here.
Really so important is that our medical school is the first in the nation to develop their first bachelor's degree program. So we now have a Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Medical Sciences. So the students, once they graduate from 12th grade that decide to come to Florida State, feeds into that college level program, and they could be part of our bachelor's. So we go from middle school to medical school. So our bachelor's, master's, PhD, and MD.
Wow. No, that's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Next up is the superintendent's report.
I don't think it should go without noticing that in a very short period of time, we've recognized our students' academic abilities, we've recognized our students' artistic abilities, and we've recognized our students' athletic abilities. If AAA wasn't copyrighted, I'd be infringing on them. I think we could probably market around the AAA opportunities here of academics, the arts, and athletics right here in Sarasota. Many of you had a chance to join us on Saturday, and we got to see a community embrace its high school. And I have to tell you, I had an opportunity to participate in Venice's Parade of Champions on Saturday, and what a great opportunity that the city of Venice put together for those students. That's a day that those kids are going to remember for the rest of their lives. They loaded onto fire trucks and pickup trucks and convertibles, and they went right through the heart of Venice, and it was shoulder to shoulder throughout the entire route. And that's really a testament not just to the school district, but to the city of Venice. It was incredible, the support that they had. And I couldn't help but notice all up and down the parade route, people in their green hats and green sweatshirts, knowing that they didn't have a child or grandchild at Venice, but that was still their high school. And you could feel that on Saturday. So Venice is a very special community, and I just wanted to thank them for the way that they have embraced Venice High School School and made it a very special place, not only here in Sarasota County, but in the state of Florida. We also, at the same time that the parade was taking place at Venice High School, we had a young lady from Booker High School competing in the state weightlifting championships, and I'm happy to report that she won a state title. And so Christian McKay is the 1A girls weightlifting state champion. We're going to have her here at our next board meeting, but I wanted to recognize her accomplishment, and we'll have her here at our next meeting and give a chance for you to meet her and recognize her accomplishment, but I wanted to make sure that we spoke of that today. Certainly it's been big news around town that late Friday afternoon we reached a settlement with our union for both classified and instructional employees. We are in the process now of converting that into language that can then go to the membership for ratification. As far as timeline goes, we anticipate that that will be on your agenda on March 6th, and we have a stated goal of the March 15th paycheck to do the retro and have it effective on that date, and that will be just in time for spring break, and I know that's important to many of our employees, and so we are working towards that goal. I also want to recognize that we had a record number of teachers recognized as best and brightest. $4.3 million in state money is going directly to our teachers. And I just want to run the numbers down for you. We had 262 teachers, both district teachers and charter school, that got the highest award, the $6,000 award. We had 1,575 got the $1,200 award. We actually had 249 that received both the $6,000 and the $1,200 award, so they have a $7,200 award through the Best and Brightest program. And we had another 1,028 that received the $800 award. And so we're very excited about what that does for our teachers. $4.3 million will go into the pockets of our teachers. Well-deserved, and I want to commend the state for providing that funding directly to our teachers. I would certainly be remiss before I yield the microphone to tell you that we are on the clock. 6 weeks from today is our referendum, and when you say it in those terms, you know that it'll be here before you know it. But 6 weeks from tonight, our community will have an opportunity to show its support for Sarasota County Schools, and we're going to count that down at every board meeting, but 6 short weeks from today.
Thank you, Dr. Bowden. Mrs. Brown.
Well, I understand we don't even have to wait 6 weeks. I believe next Tuesday, our mail-in ballots are going to be going out, so... But you were saying the AAA was already used, but, you know, I think we might be able to go out for the AAA plus. You know, that's something, and I think we can copyright that one. I also, though, want to congratulate you and the union on coming to an agreement when it looked like you were so far apart and you had your heels dug in. I mean, you looked at what was in the best interest of our students and our staff, and you came to an agreement on this, and I think it's great for all sides, and I'm hearing good things about it, and I want to congratulate you and the union for working together and doing what's best for our kids and our staff. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Goodwin.
Well, I also want to congratulate you because I think that it's wonderful that the agreement was reached. I've talked to a number of teachers, both at the event on Saturday and at some schools since that time, and everyone seems to really feel that, you know, have a big smile on their face and be very happy about it, so that's good. But going back to Venice for a minute, there will be a day with Trey. And Trey Burton, you know, played for the Eagles. Yay! And he's Venice's former quarterback, and of course he's had a gallant career at the University of Florida as well. But he's quite a special person. His brother is a football coach and teacher at Venice High, but they haven't planned the day or the evening yet. But there will be an event. We hope to schedule at some time, a day with Trey.
Day with Trey.
Well, I hope they have that same pulled pork they had on Saturday. That was great.
Thank you. I'm glad you brought that up. Are you all set with your
That completes the superintendent's report.
Very good. Thank you both. I do not believe we have any comment cards. Okay. Moving on to additions and corrections to the agenda, Superintendent. Do we have any?
Yes, we've added an addendum to item 8, the instructional classified personnel report, so there is one addition to the consent agenda.
Thank you. May I have a motion for approval of consent agenda?
Move approval.
Second.
As amended?
As amended.
I have a motion and a second. Please vote.
Can we vote on this?
I think you can vote. I give you permission.
As amended.
What do you mean, because it's amended?
And the motion passes 5-0. There are no items pulled for comments. Under new business, item 25. May I have a motion?
I move that the sales tax surtax 3 budget amendment number 6 be approved by the board as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second on item number 25. Are there any comments?
Someone's walking towards the mic. No?
Can you just, I don't like this computer.
Okay.
Just tell me when you want. Go ahead, Dr. Bowden.
Yes, both items 25 and 26 could be described as routine, but I would still describe them as significant. So I asked our Chief Financial Officer, Mitzi Corcoran, to just highlight those items for you. I did not want those to remain on the consent agenda and to go by without at least comment from staff.
Good evening. So the first item that's on your new business agenda is the budget amendment for the sales surtax. This item is separate and different from the budget amendments for the current year budget. This is actually bringing in line, and we will provide this information to Sarasota County government because we're a quarter of the penny participant of their sales tax. So we bring it and amend it based on the results of the operations through 2016, our actual sales tax collections. We're a little late to the party. We usually do this in November, right when we're completing the audit, November, December timeframe. So it's a little bit later this year than normal. But we've had some changes, so we're getting accustomed to the way things work. And so this is just kind of bringing this in line, and it really is only through our operations through June 30th. So that's what the first item is. The second item, I don't know, should you vote and then I should tell you, or should we just go ahead and talk about the whole thing? Okay. So the second one is just routine budget adjustments that are making changes and alignments to the, basically we've been through a half of a year, and so we've had some changes. One, in the general fund, you know, we had a hurricane this year, which had about a $750,000 impact. We're hoping to collect that money. We're in negotiations with FEMA now, getting our projects written, and hopefully we'll see a return on some of that money. We had the third calculation of the Florida Education Finance Program that kind of solidified where we landed as far as our student enrollment and our funding. Our student enrollment came in below what was projected last December, and we're losing $1.9 million of revenue as a result of that. Our Medicaid funding is coming in a little bit less. Our energy costs have gone up. Last year they went up 3%, so we kind of built that in again for this year, except for FPL's rate adjustment for 17-18 was 9%, and we also have an additional 2.8% one-year changeover for Hurricane Matthew from last year. And then there's an addition on the boards for the $450,000 cost, hopefully to be less for the referendum. So those are all kind of your general fund changes. There's some changes in the capital project fund. Predominantly, there was an error. I apologize on our part. We inadvertently closed out a portion of the Sarasota High rebuild project related to the estuary. So this is putting those dollars dollars back into the budget that were not supposed to have been taken out. And then you know that we were giving charter school money this year based on state statute changes, but in the past we used to give them money, and that in those dollars they had to follow kind of our rules versus the rules that they have now with PICO. It's a completely different set. So there was an adjustment on the roll forward of those dollars into the new year of, $77,000 for their carry forward. Those are really the two big changes, other than there was revenue received from the city of Northport on the Suncoast Technical College South to reimburse us for redoing a sidewalk that was damaged during construction. So there was like a $29,000 amount coming to us. And then as far as your special revenue funds or grant programs, the majority of the budget amendments are just to show additional grants, predominantly from our local grantors, our local community supporters. So those are.
Is it also correct that the best and brightest money is being received and distributed through this amendment?
It is not.
Oh, okay.
This is through December 31st. We actually received the best and brightest money yesterday. I sent over to accounts payable the amounts to go to our charter schools, and I was literally, before I ran over here, in the middle of working on our employees. They will see their best and brightest money February 15th. So payroll's going to be hopping between this and the salaries. So, okay.
Thank you, Mrs. Corcoran. Mr. Robinson.
You can call me Eric. Hi, Mitzi. So I know it has a decrease. So net, is our budget this year less, more, or the same from last year? Because we started the year, we got that little bump of like $27 or whatever it was per student. So now we got a $2 million cut. So net, are we lower in budget from this year to last year?
Our net budget is increased, but less than projected.
I understand.
So, year over year is more.
Year over year is more.
Correct.
That's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So we have before us item number 25, approval of the sales tax or tax budget amendment number 6. All those, please vote, members. And I'm sorry, this item is number 26 with the addition.
It says 25 on mine.
It's 26 on mine.
Yeah, you have both item 25 and 26.
So let me hold on one second. I think, so on my agenda here, and I believe you said, is title number 26, approval of the sales tax surtax 3 budget amendment number 6. That's the item we're voting on.
Yeah.
And my computer is not working, so we'll just do a voice vote for this.
25 or 26?
Members, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye, and the motion passes 5-0. Item on my
whatever.
next new business item. Do I have a motion?
I move that the budget amendments be approved by the board as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Are there any comments? Seeing none, my computer is still frozen, so we're going to do a voice vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye, and the motion passes unanimously 5-0. That completes new business. Do I have any board member comments? Mr. Robinson?
Yeah, I'm going to toot the horn of some of my board members. I know, some of them are out in the community and they do it for the right reasons, not to be recognized. But I do want to say, I know I got to be a bus's aide for one day, and that was enough for me. But what, Shirley Brown, you're going on 2 weeks of doing that? I don't know if we get hazard duty pay for school board members, but clearly she should get a hazard duty pay, if not a Purple Heart. So I know buses and transportation has been a hot button issue, and the fact that Shirley Brown has taken upon herself to go out and do that should be recognized and commended, and I hope to hear, the lessons she's learned from her battle scars and brings it back to the full board at a future workshop, so we can try to make the process better for everybody. The other thing is, as a CPA, I normally do not get to go out, at least see the light during tax season, but I had occasion for a business reason to go up to Tallahassee, and while I was up in Tallahassee, I got to view our chair interacting with some of the elected officials, and you guys should be very, very proud of the doors that were open and the people she got to talk to. I saw her talking to the Speaker Corcoran, Tom Lee, President Tom Lee for an extended long period of time, Senator Negron, Chairman of the Education Committee, House, Senate, you name it, and she was there. The most interesting thing was there was a Democrat state legislator from Duval County, and she was. I didn't realize this, but apparently in a lot of other places in the state, there's a lot of animosity between the legislators and the school board members, and it's not party specific. It's not Republicans or Democrat. And we ended up going out to dinner with her, and she was just shocked that school board members were personable and nice and friendly, right? I mean, she was literally just surprised. And we were told one statistic that the legislators up there knew about Sarasota and knew that we try to foster a good relationship. In fact, we were told by multiple people that our legislative agenda to provide funding for our summer academies was one of only 2 projects out of all 67 school districts. There's only 2 that are moving forward, and one of them is from little old Sarasota County. So, I'm glad to hear that the other 3 board members are going to be going up to Tallahassee, and I know you guys will, foster a relationship. But I mean, the acrimony among other school board members in the legislature, I don't think is doing them well, and the fact that we're willing to work with them and listen and talk, I think is going to bear fruit for Sarasota County, and more importantly, our students, and will directly eventually affect student achievement by lowering summer learning loss. And so being able to work with them, having a good relationship does, impact the bottom line, so to speak. But I don't expect to be going to Tallahassee anytime soon, so I'm glad that you 3 are going. So thank you again, Shirley Brown, for what you're doing in your battle scars, and thank you, Chair Ziegler, for carrying the torch and helping out with the legislative process. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Brown.
I have no battle scars. I refer to those as my kids now on that bus. I'm enjoying it, and I had one of the most amazing moments on that bus last week. There was one little boy, I thought he was a kindergartner, he was so small, but he was first grade, and he gets in the bus, he buckles up, and he sits there, and he says nothing. And I asked the principal about him, and they said, well, he doesn't talk. He got transferred in from another school, and he had just started talking at that school, but he doesn't talk. He won't so much as say his name. But I was reading a book in fact, it was Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. And I was reading the book to the little group around me, and when I showed the book to him, he read the page. And my heart went, and then when we went around again and he read the other page. So, I mean, and when I told the principal, she was surprised. But I can't tell you the joy that gives me. I mean, I don't have battle scars. I have joy from working with these kids. But you've got to stop this, Eric. I mean, there's rumors going around that we've got some sort of blood pact, and they're calling me a dino now. And
you're still a Democrat.
But, we are going up there tomorrow, and Thursday we're supposed to meet with our legislators. Maybe I should talk with the... And why didn't I think of this sooner? Yeah, talk with you to set up some appointments. You probably would get them for us. And maybe we can talk tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other comments? Mrs. Zucker.
Since we are congratulating school board members for their diligence and working for the good of our community. I would like to take note of Mrs. Goodwin, who has been out working for the referendum tirelessly. I know whenever I call her, she's either on the phone or at a school or out at a community event. And I would really like to tell you, thank you very much.
Yep, good job, Jane.
Jane, you have doing a fantastic job.
I concur, and I appreciate. I know you spoke at a event last week, and I'm very appreciative for that as well. And just to kind of tailor off what Mr. Robinson said, we did have some really exciting meetings up in Tallahassee, and I am very excited that over and over again that when I spoke with legislators that they highlighted Sarasota County. So there's been a lot of great work done foundationally there, and I'd like to thank Representative Gonzalez for his leadership and Senator Stubbe for that as well. So we don't celebrate until end of session, but I think it's exciting to be part of a county that has quality relationships and is moving us forward. So very excited about that. If there is no other comments, I know people are ready to get out of here, already packing up their bag. Next monthly workshop is February 20th, 2018 at 8:30. Our regular board meeting is February 20th at 3 o'clock. On Friday at 8:30 at STC on North Campus, we will be having I say 8 o'clock. Is it 8:30? It's not in my announcements, but I just know we're having it. So we're having a IRMA debrief with the Sarasota County Commission and other municipalities. Yeah. So that concludes 8 o'clock.
I have 8 a.m.
8 o'clock. And seeing no other comments, we are adjourned.
Pastries.
Into thinkers. We're very fortunate. Thank you. Right now, I'd like to turn it over to our friend and our district reading recovery teacher leader, Lisa Fisher. Thank you.
Good evening. I would like to begin by thanking all the reading recovery teachers that gave of their time and their talents over the summer. And as Laurel shared, if it wasn't for their expertise as reading specialists, we wouldn't have had this possible. Also, would like to give a heartfelt appreciation to all the student and adult volunteers that help and make this a success. To adult volunteers, Lori White and Isabel Becker, for their help and support at the Robert Taylor Community Center. The two students that we're going to honor this evening, we have found that they went the extra mile. So we're going to start with the student volunteer that worked the most hours, and that's Summer Devlin. She volunteered 50 hours with Kids Read while also working 3 jobs. Summer's a senior at Venice High School and is currently volunteering at the Boys and Girls Club with their